Hello everybody, welcome to this week's channeling, and this week is a special channeling by request. I am channeling from Astrophyllite this week, and this is for one of my besties and fellow spiritual ninjas, Nicholas Pepe, who's one of my most favorite people in the world, and a teacher who's going to be joining my academy in 2020 and teaching some pretty kick-ass workshops. So I'm very happy to spoil you, Nicholas, with this channeling today because Nicholas has been frustrated that some of the crystals that he's voted for in the past while haven't been the ones that I've channeled, haven't been the ones that were voted in. So for you, Nicholas, and for all of you out there today who are curious about Astrophyllite, here we go, and I'm already feeling its energy in my tummy, so I think this one's gonna be a powerful one. Astrophyllite is one of those crystals that really brings you into deeper levels of your spiritual self, deeper levels of healing. It's a major, major past life, recall, regression, memory, and healing stone for any of those of you out there who do a lot of past life work or who do a lot of karmic work. This is an exceptionally powerful crystal for that, but it's also really, really powerful in terms of bringing us into deeper levels of the subconscious and where we need to do healing there, whether it's trauma, whether it's stuff that we have inherited through our ancestral lines that also need healing. So wicked powerful crystal. And here we go. As I said, I'm already feeling this. I'm already feeling this energy in my tummy. My tummy kind of did that, you know, flip, that little loop-to-loop. That happens when I've got something that's really, really powerful in my hands. And so I'm really feeling the energy here. And it's interesting because as I breathe into that, there's like expansion that happens. And sometimes we feel that when we're working with a crystal that's got really potent energy medicine, we can feel tension at first, and it can almost feel quote unquote negative. So that's one thing, you know, that you can learn from this right now, which is if you feel that, to breathe into that, because certainly the third eye, the crown, the heart chakra, the solar plexus, or other crystals, or sorry, other chakras where we may really feel that tension at first when we're working with a powerful healing crystal that's doing powerful energy work on those chakras. And then as we breathe into it, it expands. And so I keep seeing what looks like, gosh, I don't know. I'm seeing it only in 2D. It's a star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got a 6-pointed star that I'm seeing, and then the opening, and then it's kind of morphing into that symbol of the man with his arm and legs outstretched, and the circle around. I'm thinking of Leonardo da Vinci. The name escapes me. You guys know what I'm talking about anyway. So I feel like, yeah, just bringing back through. Ooh, that's interesting. So what I'm hearing is bringing me back through symbols. It's saying symbols and glyphs are access points to different levels of consciousness, different realms of being. It's almost like you connect with the symbol, and then energetically, when you become aligned in the symbol, you actually move through it into different realms, different places, different states. And so what it's saying is it's actually bringing me back through the Akasha and bringing me back through my own Akashic record, back through time, into another lifetime. I don't know that I want to go to another lifetime right now. In this channeling on Instagram, but so what it's saying is this is part of how it starts to bring you back. It starts to bring you back through access points. And it starts to bring you back into different realms. And so one of the things that it's saying right away is it's really important that when you work with Astrophyllite, you work with it with specificity, because it works quickly, it's very powerful, and it says it brings us oftentimes to our pain points. Now that may not sound very sexy or attractive at first. It's like, who wants to be brought back to pain points? I want to go back to the time when I was like Cleopatra or something. But what it's saying is, you know, part of its deep medicine is for healing. And so for any those of you out there who feel like you have deep levels of healing to do, and it could be, it's saying again, it could be in your lifetime, going back through your history. It could be going back through your ancestral history. It could be going back through your spiritual ancestry, the ancestry that comes from your past lives, you know, in that journey and that trajectory you're on. It brings you there, and it brings you there directly and very potently. So this is a crystal, again, it's saying to work with it judiciously, you know, to have a journal or have something that you can record, you know, the information, and to know that at any point in time, if you feel like, oh gosh, this is too much, you can put it down and sever the connection, and then just sit and process with what you've accessed. And it's saying, oh, this is interesting. Now it just moved in the opposite direction. And it's actually showing, that future lifetimes are also possible. Now, one of the first things that it's saying is that future lifetimes are not necessarily fixed. Of course, it depends on the philosophy and belief system that you espouse. But future lifetimes are not fixed, but there are, it's like, different roads, different paths, different roads that we can go down, but they all kind of, you know, they're all sort of tied into like one main line. So it's almost like when you look at like the lifeline, let's say, on your palm, if you're doing palmistry, which I know absolutely almost nothing about, by the way, but you know, and you can have sort of like little threads and little lines, but there's always ultimately that main through line. And so that's what it's showing me in terms of future lifetimes, but also future self. So for those of you who, let's say, who are doing vision work, I've got a goal. I see this all the time. You know, coaches talk about this, and success teachers talk about this. And I love this, actually. I love this teaching. But let's say you have a goal 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You know there's a place where you want to be. You know, at least based now on your timeline, this is what I want to create, or whatever, and they talk about, okay, and then just bringing it back, what are the steps, you know, that you need to get there, so that you have your step one and you start moving forward on that path. Or maybe you want to have a conversation with yourself 20 years from now, and what do I decide to do now? You know, it's saying we've got so many possibilities, you know, psychologically, spiritually, we have so many tools, and we forget, we put a lot of our power outside to, you know, different authorities, different authority figures. We forget how empowered we are, and the access we have to information and our multidimensional selves. So what it's saying is it can also help bring you to those future places and have those conversations, which is really exciting. You know, one of it's not a caution per se, but one of the things that it is pointing out is like, hey, you might have this vision now, and you might have conversation with you 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it might be, and you start working out the steps, and then you find 5 years down the line that something changes or you want to shift, and that's okay too, because we're always kind of projecting our future based on where we are now. And of course, we're always in the now. But anyway, I feel like we're going into tangents. But, you know, this is part of the thing. Again, it comes back to specificity, you know, choosing where you want to go with this crystal, and choosing the work you want to do, and really honoring that possibility. And woo, I just brought me right back to here now. So cool, wicked, awesome. Just, I think, really just the tip of the iceberg with this work, with this crystal. But, you know, gosh, how exciting the possibilities and the magic that it taps us into. And again, just sort of that reminder just from my own self and work, and what I teach my students is that, you know, the crystals are our allies. They provide this energy. They are pure nature essence, pure natural energy, and pure divine frequencies that we can work with. But we are the miracle. We are the vessel. Even in crystal healing work, you are in the room. You are the healer in the room while you're placing crystals on your client. So a reminder of this beautiful relationship that we can have, provided there's that give and exchange and respect. So that was Astrophyllite. I hope that was cool for you guys. It certainly was for me. I feel like I could sit here with this for the rest of the day. So I will put it down and I will end this channeling. So thank you, Nicholas, for your request. And I will take more requests from you guys. I'll put the vote box up, and I will see you all next week with next week's channeling. Blessings to you.